welcome back to Hollylight Builds. LEGO Minifigures Series 26 is releasing on May 1st for $4.99 US dollars, $5.99 Australian dollars, and $3.49 Great British pounds. This series has a space theming, and will again be releasing in blind boxes. Today, I'll be ranking the 12 figures in this set from my least favourite to my favourite figure. Starting the list in spot 12 is the Flying Saucer Costume Fan. This figure has an interesting UFO and dish piece that is connected to a printed green head. I really love the black torso and legs that are printed with a pattern of eye-catching white stars and constellations, but I do wish that this printing had continued onto the arms. Whilst I do think this figure was a really original idea, I just think it's slightly lacking when compared to some of the other figures in this series, so it really could have benefited from an interesting accessory to increase its value for money. Next up at number 11 is the Spacewalking Astronaut. Beneath her golden visored helmet is a yellow face printed onto her white head, and she also has an interesting new neck attachment piece with a printed tile on her back, which I'm interested to look at in more detail once I get this figure. Whilst I do think that this figure is much more ambitious than I initially thought, I don't really think that it fits the imaginative fantasy space vibe of this series, as it kind of just looks like something you'd see in a LEGO City set. With that being said, I do still think that this is a really cool minifigure, and I'm glad that it's in the series. At number 10 is the Blacktron Mutant, which is really a figure of two halves. His infected side has some really interesting new pieces, such as the recoloured double arm piece and the Series 15 fawn leg to green. More interestingly though, this figure is a revival of the popular 1987 LEGO theme Blacktron, and it's really nice seeing LEGO pay homage to some of their older themes in this series. The duality of this figure kind of reminds me of the Batman villain Two-Face, which is cool. I would have loved to have seen this incorporated slightly more into a dual moulded hairpiece, but it is cool to see the return of the Mr. T Mohawk. In spot 9 is the Robot Butler, who has a really cool newly moulded rigid leg piece, which almost gives a spring-like appearance. The simplistic robot head works well beneath a translucent green recolour of the Spider-Man Mysterio dome piece. The accessories of a basic cooking pan and whisk complete the figure nicely. Despite not being one of the standouts of this series to me, I do still think that it's a really solid figure with some great pieces. At number 8 is the alien Beetlezoid, who has an amazing newly moulded fanged spider-like headpiece, as well as the returning harpy/fawn leg pieces recoloured and reprinted to match this figure's cool navy blue colour scheme. I'm also really glad about the return of the Series 21 Ladybug's insect wings. For an accessory is this interesting two-piece mythical plant. The Heroine figure is truly remarkable, as it's made up almost entirely of translucent purple parts, besides the grey armoured torso which continues as printing on the legs. It's great to see more translucent minifigure parts, including a recolour of the Series 25 Sprinter's hairpiece. This figure has great accessories too, a translucent shield printed with the Orion constellations that the figure is based on, and a club piece. I've spent quite a while trying to work out what mould this uses, as it's missing the spikes from the Series 1 Caveman's Club, and the bumps are too inconsistent to be the carrot piece. So I've come to the conclusion that this is most likely a new mould from LEGO. In spot 6 is the Imposter, which is a brilliant idea for a figure, even if I can only think of Among Us when I hear the name. LEGO have included 2 of these new green alien microfigures, and I'm hoping that LEGO will give us a third one as an extra piece, like what they did with the Ant-Man microfigure in Marvel Series 2 Goliath. An identical alien is printed onto one side of this figure's head, which is a great detail to add to this figure's story of being operated by these aliens. The alternate face print shows a robotic grin. The new hairpiece has a cool silver attachment, which is presumably attached via an accessory hole, which we frequently see from LEGO. The new suit torso is fairly simple and not particularly specialised towards the figure, which is great for those hoping to use it for customs. The nurse android comes in at number 5, primarily because I'm really excited to get a pink recolour of the Series 24 Spacebaby. I really hope that LEGO continues to recolour these, because I absolutely love collecting them. The nurse android is also really cool, and I love the recolour of Nia's original hairpiece and the translucent arms, as they nicely add to the figure's blue and white colour scheme. Her accessory is just this bottle, which frequently appears in veterinary LEGO Friends sets. In spot 4 is the Ice Planet Explorer, which is a modern take on the classic 1993 Ice Planet theme. I absolutely love this figure for many reasons, including the new updated helmet, a small brick-built accessory featuring the translucent orange chainsaw piece, and the printed white robotic penguin. As an added bonus, LEGO have also included new red recolour of the Series 20 green brick suit guy hairpiece that can be swapped with the Ice Planet helmet that is attached to a minifigure head. This is a great figure with fantastic new pieces and accessories, making it great value for money, especially considering the added references to the Ice Planet theme. In third place is the M-Tron Powerlifter, a homage to the retro 1990s M-Tron LEGO theme. This figure's torso stays true to the range, whilst providing some slight additions in the printing for a more updated look. LEGO have opted for a green tint to the determined face print to replace the green visors of the original figures, and this minifigure's black helmet is also slightly more complex than the OG counterparts. For an accessory is this brick-built device, which contains a new 2x2 printed tile and is attached to the back of the figure with a black cord. This is exactly the kind of figure that I'd expect from a modern space CMF, as it offers some great new pieces whilst remaining faithful to a classic LEGO theme. My second place figure has to be the retro space hero, who has a really amazing new blue and pink helmet with a vibrant ginger ponytail at the back. Her bright colour scheme continues with her pink torso, lilac skirt and dual moulded pink and lilac arms and legs. She also includes a brilliant new robot dog, recolouring the dog from the Series 17 Connoisseur. My favourite thing about this figure, however, is probably the fact that she is a gender swap of the Series 17 retro space hero, who was actually the first figure that I ever got from a numbered minifigure series. Her helmet and torso follow a similar retro space design to his, and she also includes a golden blaster. I'm really looking forward to putting these figures side by side, and I honestly can't believe that on May 1st it will be 7 years since this figure released. Finally, my favourite figure of this series is the Alien Tourist, who has a teal recolour of the Series 25 Detective's hat, alongside a matching backpack. The grey alien face is kind of similar to the design of the Series 6 Alien, just printed onto a regular LEGO head. I think that LEGO did a great job with the Alien Tourist's Hawaiian shirt torso, with the I Love Earth shirt beneath it. It's a funny detail, and it kind of reminds me of the NY I Love Yoda figure. This figure has remained my favourite ever since I first saw the blurry images of this series, for its humorous originality and strong character. So that's my ranking of Series 26. Be sure to let me know what you think of this series and who your favourite figures are in the comments below. I was originally sceptical about a CMF centred only around space, but LEGO have done a great job at incorporating a wide variety of characters, just like they did with the Series 14 Monster Themed series. I'm also really impressed by this series' amount of translucent minifigure parts and unique animal pieces. Despite this being a great series, I can't help but feel slightly disappointed that we didn't get a unique colour variant of the classic Spaceman, as this would have been the perfect opportunity. Overall though, I'm really satisfied by this series' great balance between new original ideas and references to retired themes. As always, thank you so much for watching, have a great day, bye!